What's going on, fellow Redliners? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to the double stack. I don't know if you guys can see it behind me. I'm outside starting the vlog today because it's absolutely beautiful today, taking advantage of the sun. So I figured I'd come on here. You guys have asked me all over Instagram, in my comments and all the other videos, give us an update on the factory and when production's gonna start. So that's exactly what I plan to do today. Let's start with a cold start on the C8 first, bring it out into the driveway, enjoy some sun, and let's get into the video. So, you guys have seen this many times. I actually have some great news. An exhaust is coming for this guy. My complaints about how quiet it is are gonna be solved. An exhaust is on its way. I cannot wait to share that with you guys. I can't say anymore. I promised the person that I bought it from, the shop that I bought it from, not to say anymore until it's here. It should be here, it's in the mail, it should be here soon. But for now, enjoy one of the last cold start stock. Here we go. So, just double tap that. Man, she's angry. Not quite as angry as the C7, obviously, aftermarket exhaust on that. So, we'll try and get this to the same level. We'll try and get it. Let me bring the car out. Let's start today's video. All right, guys, we're back in the car here. I'm sitting in the passenger seat because to vlog, I think it's just a slightly better, there's more space. Here you have, all the buttons, you have the cluster here. It doesn't make for a great experience. But first, before we even start, I want to let you guys know, if you guys please like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you guys are new. Obviously it's a Corvette channel. I have other cars too. In fact, let me know if you want to see, potential comparison between this and the GTR. I know I did the C7 comparison that you guys were asking for. So let me know, subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to grow the channel and I'd very much appreciate it if you guys, came along for the journey with me and joined the family. One more thing I want to say before we start, I know certain people like Robert, for example, you've been really adamant about, doing a section where I feature your guys' cars. We're still a small channel, and my only thing with that is I think as we get bigger, like as we approach 10K, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to, get you guys to send me a picture of your cars on Instagram, and I'll include it in the vlog. So that's addressing your comment there. I haven't forgotten. I'm not ignoring it. I'm going to wait until the channel gets a little bit bigger, and then we'll do that, if that makes sense. All right, let's get into the meat and gravy of today's video. First, I want to just tell you where my sources are coming from. As you guys know, if you guys have been on the channel for a while, you know that I bought, I think 8 brand new C7 Corvettes in the last few years. Because of that, both in Canada and locally in Virginia, I have a very good connection with some of the dealers. So because of that, I've been able to source some information, and I also have a couple of friends that work in the Bowling Green plant. So I've picked their brains, I've got some information from that. And because of this, I've managed to stitch together a bunch of information from a bunch of different sources. And I'm coming on to give you guys the best of my knowledge and accurate information as far as I'm concerned. I don't like to fill, I can get on here and get a ton of views and just fill, videos out with my assumptions. But this is, stuff that I've gathered from people who knowledgeable people in the know to give you guys the most accurate information. So I want to start the video off with that. Without further ado, the plant is actually starting, scheduled to start May 25th. And let me bring the camera down and show you guys. I hope you guys can see. So you guys can see Bowling Green there. They're actually scheduled the week of the 25th, one shift. That's one shift. Now, normally the plant has a 2-shift schedule. And, they obviously, because of COVID, they have kind of brought that back a little bit, and that's the 1 shift. And the retraining that's going on. So there's actually people in the plant right now, or as of the 18th on Monday, that are going to go and start doing some retraining. These are higher level managers going over some stuff in order to ensure that production quality when it resumes doesn't lack. A lot of the job is repetitive stuff, so that muscle memory builds over time. And, being out of the job for a month and a half, almost 2 months, this muscle memory sometimes can go away. And because of this, and because of the social distancing protocols that are in place, some of the build process for the cars are going to be a little bit different. So these managers are going in right now, or, in a few days to kind of hedge and figure out how they can fix all this stuff in order to ensure that when employees come back on the 25th, they can do a quick retraining and can get started in the most efficient and effective manner possible.
Now, one thing that I want to tell you is that they're obviously going to be on a reduced shift cycle and the social distancing. And these guys are going to have to, follow the social distancing protocol. And, a lot of these processes, basically the car comes down the plant and people help out and add portions, and it continues going on basically a conveyor belt kind of system. But because of social distancing, some of this stuff is changing, and that's kind of what they're working on now. And because of this, from what I've heard, the best of my knowledge, they're going to be producing about 50 cars a week. That's what they're targeting. Now, I want to get into something that obviously is going to lead to the status update. Like I want to give you guys a status update to like 2,000, 3,000 status. But one thing that you guys have to understand is that a lot of the Corvette parts come from different various parts, both in Canada and the United States. If you guys have seen, 60% of the Corvette parts are built in North America, whether that be in the United States or Canada. That's what it says on your sticker when you buy the vehicle. Now, a lot of the 40% is actually sourced in Mexico. In fact, the transmission on this car is primarily built in Mexico. And obviously the other 40%, or, Mexico aside, tooling companies and stuff, all over the United States, all over Canada, have not even started to open. Now, a couple of things. The chassis in Bedford had gone on through social distancing, which is phenomenal. Thank you guys so much for doing that. They're not short on chassis. And the Tonawanda plant in New York, I hope I said that correctly, building the LT2 motors for the car, is actually starting on the 18th. Now, the tooling companies actually provide these guys with some key items to build the motors, whether it's the transmission, the motor, all the different components, they all kind of get pulled together, and that's going to cause a delay. So because of that, that's kind of where they reach the 50 cars a week mark, at least for now. And obviously I'll come on when I hear differently to give you guys an update, but that's kind of what I've been hearing, and I want to relay that to you. Now, how this translates into your order. Let's say, you're at 2,000 status or 3,000 status. I know a lot of guys basically kind of want to, understand the process and really what this means for their order. So I obviously have my C8, but I've ordered another one, as you guys probably know if you guys are subscribed or follow the channel. I have a rapid blue coming. Anyways, I'll get into that in a second. It's actually at 2,000 status, and I guess I'll just kind of get into that. From what I understand, 2,000 status orders are not going to be fulfilled in the 2020 model year. What they're focused on doing for now is the guys that have been stuck at 3,000 status, 3,100 status, 3,400 status, getting those cars out to the public, building those cars out, finishing the backlog of 3,000 status, getting that pushed out, delivered, all that. And then after that, all the orders that, have been 1,000 status or haven't even been accepted yet, or 2,000 status or 2,100 status, these ones are going to be built under a 2021, model year. Now, there's a little bit of discrepancy because there's going to be a price increase in 2021. So I haven't been able to conclude whether or not I'm going to be, I'm confident about my blue car is being canceled. 2020 model of it is being canceled and it's being re-put back, if that kind of makes sense, as a 2021. Now, what I want to know is when I buy the car, am I going to be charged the MSRP for 2021 or am I going to be charged the MSRP for 2020 because it was supposed to be built that year? From what I gather, and unfortunately, obviously we need to understand COVID has had great impacts on the society. So as Corvette buyers and people looking to buy Corvettes, obviously we're very fortunate enough to have enough money to purchase this. There's a lot of people that haven't been able to, have their needs met and basic needs and stuff like that. I totally feel for them. So I'm not coming here to complain. I just want to give you guys the info so that you guys are prepared if you guys are in 1,000 or 2,000 status, that you may or likely you will, instead of paying, your regular MSRP of base 60 grand, whatever options level, you're going to start at basically base 65. It's what I've heard, and then add your options on top of that. So that's just something to know, for free for you guys. Now, in terms of the plants, I wanna kind of tell you guys what my guys on the ground or my some things that I've heard. Let's just put it that way. Is that the union is pushing back on that May 25th date because of safety concerns. And before you guys get upset and stuff, obviously, it's upsetting. But you have to understand that the people at the end of the day, they have families, they have themselves, they have some of them workers have underlying health conditions, and because of that, the union is supposed to represent the workers, and the consensus is that a lot of the workers aren't 100% comfortable going back to work if, even with the social distancing, with the mask, and, they're required to wear masks. That's the other thing, is that, it's in Bowling Green, and we're kind of talking southern United States, where right now the temperatures are 80, 90 degrees. And in the summer, as we get closer and closer into the summer, that temperature is just going to go up and up and up from there. And inside the plant, it's actually like 5 to 10 degrees warmer than it is outside because of the heat and stuff like that. So a lot of these people are concerned. The other concern is that when they're wearing masks, the heat, like they're not going to be able to breathe very well, and it's just a concern. So it's something we have to understand, guys. Like, if the union is saying that and they don't end up starting on the 25th, or if they even have to kind of set that 50 car limit that I talked about a little further back to maybe produce 30 cars a week, or whatever the case may be, it's kind of, we have to understand that, guys. Like, it's you can't just be like, oh, like, screw you for not working. Like, they have families, they have kids, they have themselves to look after. We have to respect that. So I just want to give you guys that kind of caveat on the 25th, May 25th date. Something that you guys should know, something that I haven't seen really floating around. It's kind of, like I said, information that I've gathered through means. So I just figured I'd include that in there. So if we don't get that 50 car mark, that's kind of why. Or if production doesn't start on the 25th and may start like June 1st or whenever, whatever it is, that is likely the key reason behind that. So guys, I hope you found this video informative. I've kind of went through everything really quickly, tried to get as much info in there as possible without wasting your time, so that, you guys feel like you gained some value from watching this video. And if you guys found this video informative, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you guys are new. I very much appreciate you guys watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you guys, stay safe, take care, I'll see you next video.